Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary and high school age. Today is my monthly reset day, so we are going to be vlogging. It is a day that I set aside each month to set up my planners, set up my time, figure out goal-related stuff, kind of reset the house and get everything ready for a new month. I have been having a monthly reset day for years and years and years. It used to be on the weekends when my kids were smaller, but then maybe around 2017, I decided that I was going to take time during the homeschool week and treat it as a teacher workshop day / planning day. And I realized that I could do that as a homeschooler. There was no reason that I had to wait until the weekend. And it has served me incredibly well over the many years that I've been doing this. It helps me stay on track with goals. It helps me stay on track with homeschool and just keeping all of the plates moving in the air, of which there are many. So typically I do not do homeschool with my kids on my monthly reset day. However, this school year, as well as last school year, I have continued to work with Lucy on mainly math and English, and that is primarily because she's in upper elementary and I just feel like it is useful time. It's only about an hour of my morning that I do that stuff, and then I move into my monthly reset. But before that, I really did not do school on this day, and there are some months where we are just super busy and I don't do any school, but it really just depends on the month. I kind of have like a general plan for the day. I do have certain things that I go through each month, but the content and what I end up sharing or planning really changes month to month, depending on the season, depending on what's been going on. January has been a mess. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you will know that we have all been sick. I'm still 2.5 weeks in, not at 100%, and it is what it is. We just keep moving forward. I'm feeling well enough to maintain normal life, but I'm still not feeling great. You could probably hear it in my voice. And yes, so it is about 7:15 right now. I just took a shower. I do have my plan for the day, so I will share that in just a second. And Lucy is still asleep. I'm going to make breakfast and then get some laundry in, and then hopefully we can get started. Now, I do not necessarily spend the entire day doing my monthly reset. There are some months that I do, and the reason is because I have set aside this entire day so I can focus also on goal-related stuff. So I may end up working a little bit more on my January goals. I have already filmed the January portion of my goals video, kind of a recap. I filmed that on Tuesday this week, and I haven't really done that much else from my goals since I filmed that. I do need to still finish up my brainstorm for February and get that all set up as well. But I will share my plan for the day and then breakfast and getting started. Okay, so this is my plan for the day. I do have a little bit of school time with Lucy from 8 to 9, but since she's not awake yet, I'm not sure that will happen or not. And honestly, I don't really need to sit down with her. I just need to be available for questions. I don't typically like to do that. I like to be sitting at the table with her when she's doing school, and maybe I will do that. Maybe I will just set up my planner stuff out on the dining room table where she tends to do her school, and that will work. I have all of my dailies, my monthly reset stuff that I have planned out, personal calendar, family, finances, homeschool, my book journal, revisiting my master to-do list, getting my goals done, potentially working on quarterly plans because I did not do that coming into January because it was, I don't know, it was just a weird start to the year. I just added laundry to my list because I realized that I have laundry upstairs that needs to be done. Then I did actually already check in with Patreon and Maine Homeschool Network. I have my live stream this afternoon. I have a bunch of other stuff that I need to get done. I just also added Facebook posts because I have not done Facebook posts in several weeks for Maine Homeschool Network because I've been sick. And then I had some ChatGPT stuff that I saw on Instagram, and I kind of want to play around with that. So we will see. So that is the plan for the day, and I'm feeling good about feeling well enough to do this day. And February is a really short month, and just trying to figure out exactly what we're going to be doing. We have stuff almost every weekend in February, and it will probably be every weekend. I have to set aside time to do taxes. The dog is having surgery. We have my husband's birthday. We have Valentine's Day. Lucy has a sleepover coming up. So there is a lot of stuff on the weekends, and oftentimes I will spend a lot of time on the weekends doing bigger home projects and goal related stuff, and I don't think I'm going to have time for that. So I just need to remember as I'm planning out my time for February that I really have to focus on the weeks. We will have a week off from homeschool, and so that will most likely be when I'm focusing on a lot of goal related stuff. So also recognizing that I have that week, which is a passion project week for my kids, but we don't do normal homeschool. And essentially it's a week off for Lucy. But Emma and Jack are still working on projects. So we'll see. I am excited about today though, because January has just been a mess. And so being able to reset everything is definitely needed at this point. Yes. Okay. So breakfast, probably more coffee, and we'll see where the day takes us. Okay, it is 9 o'clock, or almost 9 o'clock, and I just got laundry in. I've cleaned up from breakfast. Everybody has had breakfast and has started on their school stuff. And I'm going to start with my personal calendar. And I do a couple of different things. The actual calendar part, just getting all of the dates in the calendar for things that are going on, but I also set up the dashboard pages in my Erin Condren planner. I will share that in just a second. So I'm going to work on that, and then my family calendar, and then we will revisit and see what is next. Okay, so when they redid this dashboard page, I don't know when they did that, but I ended up keeping track of things I wanted to watch, things I wanted to focus on, and any sort of purchases, big purchases that are coming up for the month, or things that I know we need, that just kind of pop up for us. I don't think we have too much for February, but we will see as things go. I don't do a whole lot of pre-planning. I kind of just go for it here. I know that I mentioned this recently, that I am kind of regretting getting the neutral planner. I do like it, but like I wanted the colorful tabs, so I bought these tabs, I think maybe from Planner Kate, to redo the tabs, which was a nightmare when I set up this planner. I got the neutral because I wanted to do more stickering and stuff. However, I am doing more stickering, but just it's so blank that even the stickers, while the stickers help, I still feel like I need more. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what my focuses are going to be this month. We do have homeschool break, which is going to end up being partially break and partially like home management stuff. Izzy is having surgery, and so I know that that entire week is going to be kind of a mess for us, trying to keep her settled. The second week and the first week, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna say homeschool term, and then for the first week I'm going to say declutter. We will see if that actually happens. This may end up being more of this week, and this may just be a homeschool week. Honestly, probably 3 of the weekly focuses ought to be just homeschool related, because we have been so sick, and so our routine is completely not normal. February, I don't really know if there's anything coming out in February that I want to watch. We don't do a lot of like movies at the theater and stuff just because it's so expensive, but I do like to write down new movies that are coming out just in case there's something that we're like, oh yes, I definitely want to see that. I mean, I don't think there's really been anything since maybe Top Gun Maverick. When is the new movie for Mission Impossible coming out. Is that coming out anytime soon? Okay, 2/14, the new Captain America movie is coming out. I haven't really seen anything about that. And honestly, I absolutely love Marvel, but I don't know. And I think kind of after Endgame, it's been a little bit of a letdown. I don't know, maybe because it was so big for so long. Oh, Paddington is coming out too, which Lucy really wants to see, and probably Emma too. Jack doesn't really care about movies or music. Which is funny because he loves to create music and movies, but he doesn't like to consume them. So I don't know, that's weird, but also a little funny. Oh, Bridget Jones is coming out, which I don't know if I can watch this one. I feel like in the trailer, yes, okay. So this I don't know, could be a spoiler. They kill off Colin Firth, and I remember when this book came out and I was so disappointed that they killed off Colin Firth from this series. It's kind of like Jane Austen revamp, I guess, or there's a lot of similarities between Jane Austen books and the Bridget Jones series, at least in my opinion, and I feel like it was maybe that was the original intent behind the series. Now I'm looking it up. Yes, okay, so it is loosely based on Pride and Prejudice. So this whole book series was really, really fun for me, and especially as they made it into movies, and Renee Zellweger is really great and Colin Firth is obviously awesome, but this book particularly, I was just so disappointed that she killed off Colin Firth's character, and it was really sad to me and not at all what I wanted to see. So anyways, I don't know if I'll actually see the movie or not. It is coming out, so I will write it down. Now I will look at Hallmark. Okay, so there are movies coming out on Hallmark, so I want to write those down, but I don't know if I can find them all. I wish that the Hallmark website and the Great American Family websites would list the movies coming out a little bit easier instead of having to click through all of these visual things. Just give me a list. I don't need to see pictures or anything like that. I just want to see a list. Oh, apparently there is a guide, but you have to download it. No, there is a list. I just hadn't clicked on the correct thing. All right, so there's that, and then I don't know if there will be anything Great American Family or not. Actually, are there any new Hallmark mysteries coming out? Emma and I love the mysteries, but I'm not sure if there are new ones. There is a new Hannah Swenson. So on Great American Family, I think there's a couple that are coming out. I love this thin washi, but it's really hard to work with. I would love to hear, do you set up like a dashboard, and what do you focus on if you set up a dashboard for your month? Is there something specific that you track? Like down here, I don't really do anything because it's not, I don't know, it's not really usable as like a tracker. There's not enough space, or you have to kind of make things really small. I guess there is a way to use it. I'm sure that a lot of people do some amazing stuff, and I did actually used to keep track of how many eggs we were getting when we had chickens, but we do not have chickens right now, so if we get chickens again, then that might be like a thing. I lost my whiteout. Where is it? Here it is. I cannot talk and write at the same time. I just mess up. This is not straight. And I don't think I have anything off the top of my head at the moment to buy. And then the other place that I have space is this notes page, and I'm not entirely sure what I want to put here. I haven't really used this space for anything. I feel like there is something that I can put there. I just don't know what I want it to be. And then over here, I have been doing like one line a day in here instead of my little, what is it called? Erin Condren has these little planners. I will put up a picture here because I cannot remember what it's called, but it's like just I think it's a pocket planner, and it's a horizontal layout, and so it works really good for like one line a day. But I didn't get one for 2025, and the reason is because last June I started writing one line a day here, and I just like that better because I want to keep more stuff in my planner. In fact, that was one of the reasons that I had tried the Common Planner for January, was because I wanted to do a lot more journaling and sort of commonplace notebook type stuff in that planner, but I would not grab that planner just in the normal day-to-day. And so it didn't make sense. And also trying to set up the daily spreads that I needed was just really too much for me, too much setup, and I just didn't have enough time. And then as far as the journaling goes, I was constantly still grabbing, my book journal if I wanted to write a quote down, or grabbing my Cultivate What Matters journals that I have. And then I also have a Write the Word journal, which I kind of keep each day when I come in and write out the scripture, I will write down my thoughts around that. I have a little notebook that I take to church with me for sermon notes. And so having everything in that Common Planner, while it sounds like a good idea, it just wasn't happening. And kind of mixing all of that in with my daily planning, it was too chaotic for me. I know a lot of people look at my numerous planners and think that that's insane. But so back in June, I started just having my one line a day in here, and I try to keep it really positive because I do a lot of, processing through writing in my journals and such. But I want this to be kind of like a positive thought for the day, or something funny that the kids did, or just something like that. So that is that. Okay, so that was really long setup of my dashboard pages. So now I'm going to do my personal calendar and then the family calendar. And then those are the two most important things, followed by my goals setup for the next month. If I am running short on time, or we have sickness going through the house, or something is going on, or we have events outside or whatnot, if I can at least get my personal calendar, my family calendar, and then my goals done, I feel much better overall about the month. Now, I do also want to spend a lot of time brainstorming and doing brain dumps in my master to-do list notebook, and really focusing on a lot of other stuff. And today I will do that, but there are some months where I'm just trying to get as much done as I can, and so family and personal calendars and goals are my main priorities. Okay, so it is 10 o'clock and I just finished doing my personal calendar and my family calendar. I also went through and put some books down because I do have these little Planner Kate book icon stickers. I don't know if you can see those or not. And I used to put them in my planner to designate when new books were coming out, and then I stopped doing that once I started keeping a book journal, and I just write all of the new releases over here. But I don't always come in and check my book journal every day unless I'm writing down books that I've read in here. And so I thought if I put the little book icon stickers in my planner, then when I'm setting up my week, I will see that there is a book icon sticker and that there are books coming out, and then I can write it in my weekly plan. Because what happens is, unless it's like a super popular book or a book that I've been just waiting for, like for this month, Onyx Storm, I obviously read, but all of the other books that I have written down, I didn't even look at them. I mean, part of it was because 3 of them came out on the 7th, and that was when everybody got sick, or around that time is when everybody got sick. So I just wasn't really thinking about new books and such. So anyways, I put some little book icon stickers into my personal planner and got everything decorated and looking really nice, which I'm pleased about. I think it looks really cute, so I'm pleased about that. I don't know what I want to do right now. I think that I have to clean up all of my stickers and stuff, and then I'm going to look at my plan for the day and then come back and see what is next.
Okay, so I have done floors and vacuum. I've done personal calendar, family calendar, book journal. I scheduled my live stream. I have done the emails. Haven't done anything else. Okay, finances. I'm all done with that.
Okay, so I still have homeschool stuff, homeschool bins, my master to-do list, and then my February goals to work through. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do my February goals right now. I do need to record that so that it can go up tomorrow. My February goals video, crossing my fingers, will already be done. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I did do a little bit of brainstorming yesterday, but a lot of it is just the things that I thought I was going to get to in January and didn't. And so I'm kind of moving them ahead. And it does actually look like I have a good amount of time in February. We don't have a whole lot of stuff going on outside of the house. We do have our break week in February for homeschool, so I will be able to do a lot of stuff that week. However, Izzy is also having surgery, so the last couple of weekends of the month are going to be probably taken up with dog and not too much other stuff. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to do my goals, film my goals, and then it'll probably be time for me to start thinking about lunch and taking a little break and checking in with the kids on how their stuff is going for today. Okay guys, so I just got all of my February goals set up. I'm feeling good about things. Although I mentioned this during my goals video, which is already up, and I will leave it linked for you if you're interested. I thought that I was going to be keeping my work goals in my power sheets this year, and I really haven't. I mean, I did have one thing on my list for January, which was time tracking, and I still want to be doing that in February, but I don't have any space to write it down. And some people would say, oh, well, that means you have too many things. Now, I could have just written declutter down, and in retrospect, I probably should have, and then just worked off of this list on the break it down section, but I did write down all of the different areas that I want to declutter in February. So I don't have room in my power sheets for my work projects. And I don't know how to manage that. Last year I did take Sarah Cannon's goal setting workshop, and it was amazing. And I loved all of the information about time blocks, how to kind of manage your schedule, how to really break down steps and tasks into very small, manageable, bite-sized pieces. And that's really good. I don't use her planner. I kind of work off of this break it down notepad for a lot of my work stuff. Like if I'm doing content, I will write content up at the top, and then I will list all of the videos that I want to make in a particular time period. Now, I do also have a content calendar and all of that stuff. So it's like, these are the things that I'm going to be filming in the next 2 weeks or whatnot. But then I did get this in the mail from Erin Condren. It is, what is it called? Let Your Actions Reflect Your Goals. It is a goal setting planner. I haven't gone through it. Actually, let me set up the camera and I will walk through this really quickly with you. So essentially, this is just like an A5 size. It is a goal setting workbook, I guess. There's a little bit of information up at the front, making your goals specific, creating action steps and habits, set yourself up for success, make space for your action steps. I want to create more space in my, and then they give you 9 categories, ways you can create more space, then permission and support, give yourself permission, what I'm letting go of, get support, how can I get more support, do you need somebody's external help
in order to focus on your goals. I try not to set those types of goals, but of course, sometimes you do need outside help. And, depending on your life situation, it may work for you or it may not. Mainly when I'm talking about getting support, I'm not necessarily talking about like friends or family. I'm more talking about like paid things that I will pay somebody else to help me with. If it's somebody to come in and like spring clean my house or whatnot. Sorry, my dog is snoring. She's always snoring in my videos, I swear. Then create your vision, goal brainstorm. This is like the color blends design, I feel like. And then there's space for 6 goals. And so you have a goal overview, goal action plan, and then all of the action steps for that particular goal. And then there are weekly check-in pages, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you have 4 months of weekly check-ins. Yes, okay, so each weekly check-in, there's the week's plan, week of, like a to-do list, how the week went, what I'm celebrating, and then celebrating this goal. And so it has space for 6 goals. And so I was thinking, maybe I want to use this for my work goals. And I don't have like 6 work goals. I mean, I don't know, I probably would actually have 6 projects to work on. So maybe this wouldn't work for a full year, but it could work for maybe half a year. Then you have a reflection section, accomplishments, progress I've made, habits I've developed, how goal setting works for me, what I excel at, what I can keep working on, habits that worked well, things I can let go of, things that didn't work. So, and then there's some stickers in the back with some gold foil accents, which these are really pretty. So I think that maybe I want to try using this. I don't know. I really don't know. But so I do feel like this goal setting planner could work for me for my work stuff, but I just need to make sure that I create a system to check in with this and make sure I'm not planning too much, because that was the problem last year. I had my power sheets as just my personal goals, and then my work goals were just in my work notebook. I have a Livestream notebook for work stuff, a B5 size, and I just wasn't reliable to check on it. And then I thought, well, I'll put all of my work-related goals into my goals notebook and have all of that together, and that might work too. I still feel like I need extra space, and that's where this break it down notepad comes in, and then maybe something like this would also be really helpful. This is my dog. She sleeps with her tongue sticking out. So it's 12:15 right now. I need to make lunch for everybody. I'm feeling pretty good about things, so I have my goals done. I just need to kind of go through my master to-do list. And then one thing that I didn't write on my planner that I do also want to focus on today is the kids' chores and kind of brainstorming that. I mentioned this in a video recently that my kids are really good about doing things when I ask them to, but I want them to get into the habit of doing the things without me asking. And so they work really well off of checklists and such, but if I don't make a checklist, then they don't necessarily do it. And this isn't on their daily stuff that they do every day, taking care of their laundry and keeping their rooms clean and like making their beds and all of that stuff. And they do all have a daily chore that they work on, but this is like the extra things that weekly they have other jobs that I want them to do. Most of those things I've gotten from the home planner from Passionate Penny Pincher, and I have utilized that to kind of figure out exactly what I want them to do and what I want to do, what I am okay with them doing, even if it's not the way that I necessarily would do it myself, because that's a big part of it. So I would like to kind of brainstorm that. I'm going to be doing a video on how I put together chore calendars and choose chores for my kids based on their ages and all of that stuff. That will be coming at some point in the future, but I want to do that and I didn't write it down, so I'm going to write that down. And then I do also want to go through my home planner and
figure out the weekly home projects that I want to put in my daily duo, which is what I did for my last daily duo, because they're in 6-month books. So I did the last 6 months of 2024, and I just used one of the notes pages right at the beginning of the planner and wrote down all of, no, it wasn't a notes page. It was this 6-month block page, or 6 boxes, I guess, but I call it 6 months. And I wrote down all of the weekly cleaning tasks, as well as changing some of them based on the year for us, or things that were in the home planner that I knew I didn't need to do, like pool stuff. So I want to go through and do that. Maybe I will do that during my live stream as well. I think that I will probably do that. Okay, that's where we're at. I need to figure out lunch for the kids though. Okay, so it is 2:20 right now. I have about 10 minutes before my live stream starts. I'm going to make myself some coffee. I'm going to work on home planner stuff in my daily duo. I'm also going to kind of brainstorm, brain dump in my master to-do list notebook and go through that and see if there's anything else that I can check off. It's really just a catch-all place for me to put things throughout the month that I can then revisit on my monthly reset day. Sometimes it will just be things that we need to get, or it will be projects that I want to work on, or things that I want to research more, or like feelings that I have that I kind of need to work through, and this is a good day to do all of those things. I do have a workshop in my membership community if you're interested in that, going through how to use a master to-do list, how to capture and organize that information. I think that it's very helpful if you're interested in that. And yes, so it's been a really good day so far. I know that I will get quite a bit done during our co-working session, and then we will see how much left I have to work through after the co-working session. But I feel really good overall about things, and just kind of getting the schedule worked on and getting February all set up for my personal calendar and my family calendar, and realizing that even though we have stuff going on every weekend this month, I do have that week off, and some of the things that we are doing on the weekends aren't really like, it's like me sitting down to work on taxes. It's the Super Bowl and a lot of food and like watching the football game, even though my two least favorite teams are playing, the Eagles and Kansas City. So I may not watch the game much at all. Then like Izzy's surgery, yes, she's having surgery, but it's not going to be something where we have to like do a bunch of stuff necessarily. It's more just making sure that she's kind of staying still and is in one spot in the house. We don't have her in a crate ever. She's way too big, and we've never done crate training. Like when she was little, we kept her in our entryway, which was like a, I don't know, 12 by 12 room. And that really worked because she's pretty big. So I don't even know if we could get a crate that big for her. I kind of want to look up now if people crate train Great Pyrenees. I can't imagine that they do, but maybe. That has nothing to do with my monthly reset day. But on that weekend after she has surgery, we just have to be home. So we can't make any plans, and I probably won't be doing any big projects because I'll constantly be looking after her, but we don't have to go anywhere. So yes. All right, coffee and then get my live stream started. Okay guys, so I just finished my live stream. It's a little after 3:30 right now. I'm going to wrap up this vlog here. I got so much done during my live stream, and I'm really pleased about that. In fact, I was just talking. I think I've maybe mentioned this a couple of times. I lost my goals on this little wildcard page, and so I have created 2 other ones since I wrote these out. And I just found them today in my work notebook, which I haven't actually been using in January because I haven't been doing any content because I've been sick. So I found that. I found my goal action plans, which is good. And well, they're just goal action plan sheets. They don't actually have action plans because I didn't do them for Q1. Anyways, I was able to write out all of the home management projects for each week. Most of these come from the Passionate Penny Pincher Home Planner that I have right here. And this is the 2025 version. I think they still have some available, but only maybe different covers than this one. This is the gold leaf cover, but this one is sold out. And they also have the digital version, which is very inexpensive. It's like maybe $15, $17. And you get all of the same content, but it's printable. So if you don't need it for a planner and you just want to print out some of the reference material, like the not worksheets, but you know, the weekly home projects or the checklists or whatnot, that is such a good deal. I will leave it linked in the description box. I find so much value in that. Even though I don't use it as a planner, I use all of the information in there. There's spring cleaning lists, there's home maintenance, there's emergency preparedness, and I do have all of these weekly projects. I adjust them a little bit, and that is something that I recommend to anybody who is creating a home management system. This Passionate Penny Pincher home planner is awesome, but this was created by Lori for Lori, and then people were asking for it, so she provided it for other people. But that doesn't mean that you have to use it exactly as it is written. So I always recommend going through everything and adjusting it to your specific family, your specific home. There are projects on here like getting the pool ready and some other stuff. There's a lot on garage clean out. If you don't have a garage or you don't have a pool, those aren't usable projects for you, and you have either free weeks or you have something else that you can put in there instead. And so I have included our homeschool breaks. I've included like family weeks. I've also included the 13th week for a quarterly reset for me, which is something that I've talked about a little bit. And that is from the book, The 12-Week Year. The 13th week is kind of your reset week as you plan out goals and such for the next quarter. And mine kind of coincides with home quarterly reset as well as goal quarterly reset. So I'm really excited about that stuff, and I feel good about my monthly reset overall. It has been a mess of a month of January, and so just having the opportunity to kind of revisit all of this stuff. Some of this stuff is stuff that I should have done before January started, and typically things like setting this up in my daily duo would have been done the week between Christmas and New Year's, but part of the reason I didn't was because I was thinking that I would be in the Common Planner, and so I was going to set up pages in that and have like an index and everything, but I am back in my EC products now, so I am adjusting things. And yes, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful for you. Each month it is kind of the same for me, but it's always a little bit different. What I'm working on is a little bit different. Some of the ideas that I have are obviously different. Goals and what's coming up on the calendar, it depends on the season. So thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, let me know in the comments, or you can email me. My contact form is always in the description box. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.